Welcome to this week's 8 on 8. I'm Andrew Bainus, the Assistant News Director here at WROC News 8. Thanks for joining us on our Rochester First streaming app, where we have a lot of great options for you. But today on 8 on 8, we have a great guest joining us, Eran Spitzer. Thank you for being here. She's our morning reporter / fill-in anchor. She does a great job. She's always out there somewhere.
Aw, thank you.
You've seen her doing amazing things in the community. Eran, thanks for being here today.
No, thanks for having me. This is so exciting. I feel like I never get to see anybody dayside, so it's nice.
Yeah, that's you know what? Let's just dive in and get to know you a little bit. First of all, yeah, your schedule is a little different than I think a lot of our viewers probably who work maybe traditional 8 to 5 kind of hours. What's your day sort of look like?
My day starts anywhere between 2:30 to 3:30 a.m. depending on what is going on that day, right? So I can come in and write, or I have a live interview that day, so I get to come in just slightly later, depending on the story, right? Sometimes there's breaking news. You guys need me in a little earlier. So it's a sliding scale a bit, but you know, I actually really, really, really love the shift.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like, at first it might sound jarring to people, but you get to really be there as the day begins. You get to watch Rochester wake up on your shift many times. You see that sunrise. How many sunrises do you see in a given month?
Oh, what are there, 22 working days in a month? There you go. I see 22.
It's incredible. That's amazing. But it probably is an adjustment when you first start on those hours. I mean, how do you do it? How do you go to bed? How do you manage your sort of sleep time? Or do you? Or what's that look like for you?
So it's funny because it did take a solid year to get used to the schedule. So for a very long while, I was going to sleep at 4 p.m. and waking up at midnight. That was the most comfortable it was. This last week, I took a nap every single day for 2 hours and still went to bed at 9 p.m. So, I mean, it's different. I try to go to bed at 7, wake up at around 2.
Do you keep those hours consistent with when you go to a weekend, or do you try to how do you play that?
So Friday is 100% naps every single week, but then I sleep in until 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
I know.
That's considered sleeping in?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Well, let's also just get to know you in general. So you do amazing work on our Sunrise show, and I know audiences love seeing what you do. But let's get to know a little bit about yourself pre-News 8. What's some of your story, Eran?
Well, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. So, to immigrant parents. So that was a huge part of my life growing up. They didn't speak English too well, so I remember translating for them as a kid. Went to private school, and I begged not to go to private school. Finally went to public school in high school. Did a lot of theater, which I think really ties in to this job, because there are a lot of former theater people who are in the news space. I guess you use those same skills. Undergrad, did that in communications, kind of got the bug for journalism there through an internship that I did. Eventually worked for a station that was digital only. We talked about blockchain and cryptocurrency and really Web3 technology and I had no knowledge of anything of the sort at the time. So that really got me to learn things quickly,
Sure.
right? When you learn a concept that you have no knowledge of, it's everything is cake. What do you need me to learn? Let's do that. Went on to journalism school, went to, grad school, did that at Columbia. So it was nice. I got to stay with my parents and commute for 2 hours every single day in each direction, I might add. But
Wow.
A lot of people I know have, $100,000 debt. That is not my debt. So it works out when you don't have to pay rent.
Right. The commute was worth it to just avoid that alone.
Oh, absolutely. And then finally, after school, didn't do journalism for a while, was in marketing for a bit. It was post-COVID. The world was kind of weird at the time. I was working 100% remote, which was really convenient. And then I was you have that journalism degree. You should use it. You really like reporting. And then wonderful News 8. Made it here to Rochester, not knowing anything. I thought we were moving to an Ithaca. I was pretty certain that I was bringing my husband to a nowhere land. Pleasantly surprised when we moved, and it's like a real city, and everybody here is just wonderful, and I just love it here.
Well, we're Rochester, not just News 8. Rochester's lucky that you ended up here because you do such great work.
Oh,
And you're
thank
just
you.
such a positive, great energy to have in the newsroom and in the community. But I want to revisit a few things you brought up there.
Sure.
Okay, so theater. You're right. Those skills definitely translate.
They do.
What were some of the things you did? Like, what kind of shows did you do that you enjoyed?
I did the musicals, and I liked the old school stuff. So I don't know if you're familiar, but like Cole Porter and Gershwin and things like that. Everybody, there's a video going around of me on social media saying that I don't like Hamilton, but it's not that I don't like it. It's that I think it's overrated.
I see. That feels like a hot take.
It apparently
But I
it
like
is.
it. I like it. And you know what? I'm inclined to potentially agree. I think you could get me there with, like, it's been quite overexposed in the last few years. So.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what it is. I'm into the more obscure things, I guess. I mean, at the time when they came out, they weren't. They were actually very, very popular shows, but now they're more obscure.
Sure. That's great. Okay, so then you're pretty world traveled too. Unlike I think a lot of people that maybe in our area might be from other states, or other parts of the country. You're from really another part of the world.
That's all my mother.
That's like, tell me about just maybe some experiences in your childhood or growing up that I think maybe not everybody can share experiences like that with you.
Oh, well, so my mom has the travel bug. She really always had, and she was big on where I want to go, the children are going to go too. So I think before I turned 18, I had already visited much of Europe. The Middle East, had been to Israel. And then Caribbean, my mom really liked, Jamaica and the Dominican Republic and all of those great places. And then when I was in high school, I actually did a formal Europe trip where we did the south of France and Spain and Monaco and where else did we go? Milan. Yeah, it was a really good trip.
Wow. The closest I've come to traveling in the world is Epcot at Disney World. So.
Hey, don't knock Disney
Which
World.
is great, by the way.
Don't
but
knock
it's
Disney
the closest
World.
I've had to some of these experiences. So that's really cool. And do you bring that those world, I guess, sense of you've seen a lot and you've been in a lot of places. Does that help with your career?
I think anything that gives you some culture and an understanding of a different perspective is very helpful in this job, right? It's all about, I think some people do it because they love people, and I do love people, but I think people perplex me. And so I do this job so that I can get to know other perspectives and kind of understand them. And it makes you more of a compassionate person, right? The second you kind of understand how to walk in somebody else's shoes,
right.
Or they at the very least, tell you about their lives, you look at things differently, whether that's, everything from politics to education to religion. You kind of get a hands-on feel for how different people do different things. And the world is just a really beautiful place.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And I think any good journalist needs to be curious and needs to be empathetic. And you have both of those in spades. So,
thank you.
So I think that's great. We actually have some of your stories we can take a look at that you did recently. Iran does fantastic work with really investigative journalism. And I would encourage anyone to go check those out. That is not the stories I have for us to look at today.
No, we're all fun.
We're fun too because Iran can wear many hats. She can be investigative and do really hard news kind of stories, and she can also be really fun and let that personality shine. So that's what we're going to look at today. I know that you did something recently. Tell me about it. It's actually really fascinating about the rocket here in Rochester.
With RMSC?
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that, and then we'll take a look at the story.
So they actually plan out their exhibits 5 years in advance. So they've known about this astronaut exhibit. It's literally called Astronaut for a while now. And they got all of their objects delivered last week, too big to bring into the building and go up the elevator, brought a crane, lifted it up to the third floor, and got everything in through a window. But these are companies that are knowledgeable in moving exhibits, right? These aren't companies that are unaware of how to do it. So it's really interesting, that aspect of it, but then also the actual exhibit, planning it out 5 years in advance, kind of working on how this stuff is going to get into the building a year out. And actually, a couple of years ago, they did a survey after knowing that they're already going to have an astronaut exhibit about what the community wants to see at RMSC, and a space exploration exhibit was high on the list. So they were like, okay, we're making the right moves for our community. And I think it opens on October 17th. It's temporary. So everybody who wants to see it really needs to kind of get on that.
Yeah, like now's the time to make sure you see it. It's I thought it was fascinating just hearing about it again, even right now. So encourage viewers to check it out, but we help bring that right to them. So we have the content here. Let's take a look at it.
The new objects for the RMSC exhibit Astronaut were too big to bring through the building or up the elevator. So instead, they used a crane, lifted it up to the 3rd floor, and brought it in through the window.
It's going to really feel like you're an astronaut working in space, to learn what it's like to be that astronaut, to simulate a rocket launch, to find out, look at the living quarters, get a view of Earth from space. And we'll have an area just outside the exhibition that really highlights Rochester individuals that have been involved in space work, including Colonel Pamela Melroy.
Calvin Uselmeyer is the vice president for exhibits and programs at RMSC. He says they try to plan out exhibits 5 years in advance, so they've been ready for this for a while. Just a couple of years ago, he says they surveyed the community on what you want to see at the museum, and space exploration ranked high.
It's going to be a temporary exhibition, so it's definitely one you want to make sure you take the time to come and see. It's a unique experience.
The astronaut exhibit opens to the public on October 17th. Reporting, Oran Spitzer, News 8.
So you saw that video right there, like you mentioned, how they're bringing it in. I mean, that's crazy that they have to do it that way.
No, and I guess what I really like about the people who come up with these exhibits is that, and especially in Rochester, it's really important to the community here that things are community centric. So having a specific zone where we're talking only about Rochesterians who have something to do with space exploration, that is just wonderful. Name me another region that has this much history and that people locally are tied to that history. Like when you support local here, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I really love that about Rochester.
Yeah, that's such a good point. I was born in Rochester. I've spent most of my life here. And sometimes I think it's easy to take it for granted that how many cool things are right at our fingertips. And like you said, how many people locally are involved, and everything kind of comes back local. Even when you take something as great as going into space,
right? There's
a local way to tie it in. I think I've taken that for granted many times. So your reporting in this case really helps you be like, that is really cool. How amazing is it that we have that in our backyard right here?
No, it's amazing.
Would you go into space?
Yes.
For like a report?
100%, yes.
We're going to work on that. We'll make that happen.
I think there's a limited amount of things that I wouldn't do for good TV.
Okay, gotcha. I can see it now. Hey, listen, somehow, some way, Oran in space coming to a TV near you soon.
We just spoke it into existence.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to happen.
Exactly. Okay, so it's Halloween. Are you a Halloween fan? Is this your holiday? What's your...
I'm not the biggest dresser-upper or anything, but this year Halloween falls on a Friday.
Okay, yes.
Which kind of... I expect more people to be out celebrating this year than, they usually would.
Yeah. I think we should get an influx of both trick-or-treaters, but then also for older people, maybe like Halloween get-together parties kind of things.
I'm actually really excited about trick-or-treaters this year.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, if you want to mention, you're in a new neighborhood.
I am in a new neighborhood in a proper house. Always been in apartments, so that's really, really nice. And I'm excited for the kids in the neighborhood to kind of walk up, knock on the...
Yeah.
I used to be that person that put out like the bucket with the candy and say, take one or whatever it is. But not this. This year I'm opening the door.
And you can like comment, oh, look at you guys, when they come up, and you can comment on like, oh, look at you're a witch. You got a Frankenstein here. Yeah, that's going to be so fun.
It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited about it.
What's the best candy for giving out?
For giving out, those like gummy hamburger things?
Oh, yeah. That's unique.
Yeah. Well, you know what you do, and I'm going to regret saying this so that other people can hear. You go to Five and Below now.
Oh,
You go to
so
Five and
smart.
Below now. You get all that candy for cheap, and you get the cool stuff, and then you're the cool house.
Right. I mean, you already are the cool house, but
Aw,
now you're
thank you.
even up a level. Yeah,
Working on it.
They'll remember to come back. You won't get toilet paper thrown on your tree or whatever they do when they don't like.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're gonna dodge that. But since you were talking Halloween, you did something with Goodwill earlier this week. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so they opened a new location in East Rochester, but we were talking more about Halloween costumes and thrifting and DIYing your costume, which a lot of people do. It makes a lot of sense. You can, use things that you have in your closet and all that good stuff. But with them, you're supporting Goodwill programs, right? 988, 211, these really beautiful programs that help the community. And you're also being sustainable and doing all of that good stuff. So choosing your, I don't know, every time I talk to the Goodwill people, I'm like, and they really take recycling seriously.
Right.
And I know that's their whole thing, but sometimes people say things and you don't necessarily know that that's true. But with Goodwill, it seems to be the case with them. And again, sustainability, get your DIY costume, cost $20.
And you know what? Sometimes it's, listen, on every block there's a Spirit Halloween. I mean, I think we might have one attached to this building. I'm pretty sure like the basement's a Spirit Halloween here. They're everywhere. But you're right. There's actually something kind of cool about making or like finding your own costume and sort of assembling it together than just pre-buying it.
And do you know what the trends are this year?
Oh, Phil, tell me about them.
Really? You're not even going to take a guess?
Okay, let me think. What's
Who's the biggest famous person right now out there?
Taylor Swift just dropped an album.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
am I close?
You are close. It's the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce engagement photo.
Oh, that
That's
makes so much sense.
A hot trend.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah.
Cowboy Carter, Beyonce,
Yep.
hot trend. Think about it. Denim. You get yourself a cowboy hat.
Yep.
Little cowboy boots. You're
That's
good
what
to
I'm.
go.
That's what I'm going to be for Halloween. Cowboy Carter.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Of course, Elphaba and Galinda. Wicked is a big one.
Right.
And then Wednesday.
Okay, I feel like
are the
she's
big
been for like
ones.
the last few years.
I
That's
still
been
haven't
one.
seen it.
Me either. But
Oh.
but I've seen Addams Family.
Same.
That's close, right?
Yes.
She's in it.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Adam Family Value, the sequel,
Yes, as well.
also good.
Good
Okay.
movies. We're aging ourselves. But
Yeah,
they're good movies.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, the '90s were like what, like 7 years ago,
Sure.
something like
Let's
that.
go with that.
All right, let's take a look at this Goodwill story.
With the amount of times we've spoken to people at Goodwill at this point, I know that when you thrift, you need to be open to the possibilities. We're here with Jen Lake, the president and CEO of Goodwill of the Finger Lakes. So you thrifted all of this, right? How did you get to it? What do I have to know as a thrifter for Halloween?
So as a thrifter, you sometimes have to go with the luck of the thrift. So this year for Halloween, 9 out of 10 people say they are going to dress up, especially because it cuts across some weekends. And 7 out of 10 people, so 70% want to save money. Obviously, we're all trying to get by for less. And Goodwill is your shopping destination. 84% of people prefer it. We have brand new costumes starting at $3.99, adult costume $6.99. My whole look, Cowboy Carter is still one of the 2025 Halloween trends. $7.99 for this jumpsuit. My thrifted cowboy boots. They were a little bit more expensive, so they were $9.99. But again, whole outfit $20. Pair it with some cute earrings you already have. Be sustainable with a cowboy hat. We sell those too, starting at $9.99.
Yeah, and of course you're on trend, which is the best part. We found all of my little elements here in about 2 minutes, so that's fun. This is a new location, so it's extra fun. How exciting is that for you guys?
We are so thrilled to open our 15th location. East Rochester opens tomorrow morning, so you can get all of this stuff tomorrow. We're still hiring here, too. It's going to create about 35 to 40 new jobs. So we're just really excited because you can shop and support all of our great programs, services for people who are blind, 211 Lifeline 988, and our Goodwill Learning Academy.
And of course, you have a lot of inventory now, so it's best if you can come in really quickly and snag those things that you want. For now, guys, back to you.
Back to us. First of all, what that was a good costume right there you were rocking. What was that?
Yeah, they tried to get things on me real quick while they were like, "What can we have?" Wore a taco outfit that morning.
I noticed the taco. I was going to comment on that. I saw on the shelf there. That might be what I need to get.
Yes, shrimp taco too.
Perfect.
That was really difficult to get on, but I highly recommend it. It's a good costume.
Yeah, yeah. We were informed while that was playing by our dynamic director / producer here, Sean. Sean, give him a wave. That's Sean. He helped give us some fact checking that Addams Family came out 34 years ago, and I'm not sure we were ready to hear that factoid.
I definitely wasn't ready to hear that factoid, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's
embrace the wrinkles.
Wow. Are we sure, Sean? We're positive on that?
I Googled it.
Okay. Well, you can't beat Google. So.
You can't beat Google.
All right. Well, let's just keep moving there as we're just dust in the wind basically as time continues to evolve and into our next segment here. Staying with the Halloween theme, you did something really fun about a week earlier.
Yep.
So maybe like a week and a half ago or so now. That involved shooting zombies.
It did. We went to Lincoln Hill Farms in Canandaigua, and one of the things they have there is like this ride essentially where you shoot zombies that come out of these like I don't know, like figures basically, and you just shoot them with like these gel ball things, and it's so much fun. But I'm telling you, during the interview, I shot one of the people who like this guy like came in at 5 a.m. to get shot at, and I'm telling you, he like went like this with his arms. He looked down, and then he looked right at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I was told it's okay to shoot you right now.
Wait, he wasn't expecting it?
No, he was. He was just like the audacity of this woman. How dare she?
A zombie with some sass. I like it.
Oh, it was great.
I like it.
I felt so bad.
Okay, so this sounds amazing. First of all, would you be all right in a zombie apocalypse? Do you feel ready?
No.
No.
No, I don't feel ready for the zombie apocalypse.
The inevitable zombie apocalypse?
I'll keep apologizing every time I shoot
So
a zombie,
sorry.
apparently.
So sorry. All right, let's take a look at that because then I have some thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, Lincoln Hills Farm is under attack. We're here with Brian Mastro-Simone, the owner. Brian, what's happening with the zombies?
So we're at the grand finale right now. This is where you got to get them down so they don't attack the upper part where the music is.
So you are a human being coming to Lincoln Hills. What are you doing on this ride?
We're shooting zombies and making sure they don't spread throughout the whole farm.
Oh, I'm going to join in on this too, if you don't mind.
So much fun.
So what is the experience for someone who gets here? What is there to do on Lincoln Hills?
So you start off by coming in. You got live music every Friday and Saturday. We've got plenty to eat and drink, full bar.
They're getting close.
And then you have all the Halloween attractions.
Did you catch it?
Yes.
I feel so badly. I'm actually hitting them, and I feel horrible about it. Should I?
No, they're padded. You're good.
Oh.
Blast away, blast away.
So how did you come up with this concept? It's so different.
Yeah, just always trying to think of something unique and different that no one else can get anywhere else. And, again, we came up with this idea. Splat ball was initially our thought, and then my son came home with one of these gel guns, and I'm like, this is what we got to do. And they sell fluorescent balls, so they light up in the UV lights. You can follow it throughout the whole night.
And do you still enjoy playing this?
I promise you I never get bored of this ride. I've done it probably over 100 times, and every night it's the same thrill.
He's a
Well,
pro.
I've not done it 100 times. I would say this is my 4th at this point, but it's still as much fun as the first time I did it. I'm going to keep shooting, but for now, back to you. And boy, did I keep shooting.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta say, you're a natural. I think maybe
See
I
how
would.
I held it like a pro?
I would hide behind you in the
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse. You were wiping them out. It looked like.
Yeah, I was going. You
Yeah.
know, I made sure to finish everything that was in there. I was like, if you're getting to
Empty
do this,
the cartridge. Yeah.
then yes, exactly.
Well, I think I never disagree with you. I'm going to disagree with this. You would survive the zombie apocalypse. You're a pro.
You know what? I'll take the confidence in me. Why not?
You are a pro. Walking Dead could never. They could never.
Let's not.
So for like Halloween season, do you have like any favorite scary movies or anything like that?
Oh, you're gonna judge me.
Tell me.
I watch Hocus Pocus
That's a great movie.
and Halloween Town.
Oh my, those are great. Those both are really good. Although Hocus Pocus is like real special place in my heart. Sean,
same.
don't tell me how long ago that
Oh,
came
I
out.
know when Hocus Pocus is either 93 or 94.
Oh, so a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's a classic.
You know, I saw a teacher post online that one of her students wrote like in the late 1900s. And that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Where we're at.
It might as well as been at this point, you know? What's the difference? So you're looking forward to all things spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
Is it your favorite or are you more like kind of like what comes after you're looking forward to? Thanksgiving, Christmas time,
Ooh,
or
I
I should
love
say
Christmas
the
time.
holiday season. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Christmas time, but again, being from New York City and during Christmas is when you want to be there.
It's not. Yeah.
It's just, you know, like
It's
I'll say a
magical.
lot, Rochester is amazing. I spoke about how much I love it here, but really, New York City in the snow during Christmas, there's nothing that compares.
Yeah. No, I have been down there several times for Christmas just as a
Mm-hmm.
tourist, and I can agree, like, there's something magical in the air. And of course, since we're just doing this today and naming early 90s movies, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York really captures that Christmas vibe.
Yes.
Although unrealistic, I always thought at the end when he reunites with his mom at Rockefeller Center,
Right.
and there's not a single other person.
Yes,
I'm
no,
like,
that's
I
not
don't-
what happens.
I'm like, I feel like there'd be probably a couple thousand other people, but
Ooh, I've stood in that line to Ice Gate.
yeah.
It's a line.
Did you see Kevin or his mom?
I did not.
See,
I did
that
not.
part's unrealistic.
You know, Macaulay Culkin, he took a day off.
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, well, we'll save that for another episode as we talk about our favorite holiday movies. But thank you for hopping on and talking about all this with us. Oran, you're amazing, you're talented, and you have
Aw,
great taste
thank
in movies.
you.
And also, if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm calling you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for this week's 8 on 8. You can watch this and all of our other great shows on the Rochester First streaming app. And as we say goodbye here, Sean, give him one more wave. Thanks for everything you do, too, behind the scenes here. Appreciate you, Sean. See you next time.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.